So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Fenty Hydrating Foundation. I'm going to try to use as many Fenty products today as I can, because it is just my theory that it'll work good with its own brand. I just like using products from the same brand together because I feel like the formula works good in that way. So right now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Primer in order to just prime my T-zone around my mouth, on my chin and stuff. I like to put this primer where I have large pores, as well as where my makeup tends to not last as longer. So what I'm going to do first is apply concealer. My first time using this, I applied the foundation first and then concealer, and it was okay, but I felt like I was kind of scared to apply the product on top of the powder, so I didn't apply as much, and I didn't end up having as much coverage as I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my concealer first, and I will have all the products listed down below if I forget to say them. But this is the Makeup Forever concealer, and I'm gonna just let that sit for a while. But I was so upset when I filmed this video and it was a total fail. I was pissed off. So now I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Beauty blender and just blend the concealer in. This is so, I feel like it's so strange doing concealer first. I usually do foundation first and then concealer. But the reason I was really interested in this foundation is because I know MAC has a cream, what is it, powder to cream or cream to powder foundation, and I've always been so interested in it, and I never came around to buying it. I'm not quite sure why I never bought it, but it was something that always struck my interest. When I seen Fenty came out with this, I had to jump on it. And you guys know, if you don't know and you're new here, I love Fenty products. I just feel like it's so affordable. I'm gonna go in with my NARS foundation. I'm gonna go in with my NARS concealer on top of that. So, like I was saying, I was really interested in the MAC foundation, and so when I seen this, I just felt like this was my chance to try it out. So I'm gonna go in with like a kabuki type of brush. This is, I don't know what name that is. I'll link it below, but this is just a brush that I had in my collection. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. So I'm gonna press the brush into the foundation and pick up some of the product. I usually apply my foundation with a sponge, so this is very different from me. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to one side, and then you guys will be able to see the difference. I'm really big on complexion, and I like for my makeup to kind of melt into the skin, and then it's very hard to keep track of, you know, where the powder starts and where the powder ends. If you find yourself a good color, it'll be very hard, and I feel like this color really matches me really good. But it's like, I don't really know how much to put on and how much to not put on, because it's just harder to I don't know, it's like harder to, it just shows up different. So this, I have applied the product on this side, and this side doesn't have the product. I did accidentally go a little bit too far up into my concealer, but that's okay, because I feel like this is going to be more of a natural look anyway. So now I'm going to just go ahead and apply it to the other side. I honestly don't feel like it does a good job of covering my blemishes. I feel like it just kind of sits on top of the texture, whereas liquid foundation kind of melts into your skin. So because I took it up on that side, I'm gonna go ahead and take it all the way up on this side, just so it'll match. I'm gonna bring a little bit down into the neck. This whole process has just taught me that I'm not a powder girl. Like, I like setting my face with powder. It just taught me that I'm a liquid girl. I must say though, when I look in the mirror and then when I go to like my bathroom and I'm more back, because this foundation is said to have a blurring effect, I do see the blurring effect. I think Rihanna and her team has really got the whole pro filter thing down pat, because it does give you like an overall look of having a filter on your face. It kind of like blurs everything out, but I feel like when you're up close and I'm looking in the mirror, I just see all the texture on my face. And if you're a girl like me that has texture, this might not be the best for you. This is it. What do you guys think? This is the overall. I think it definitely gives you a overall polished look. I feel like I canceled out a little bit of my concealer. I'm gonna go back in with my concealer and just apply a little bit. Well, probably not a little bit for me. I mean for y'all, but. And the one thing I did notice is that when you apply liquid on top of this, you don't get any patching. You don't get any weird breaking up of the makeup. So that's really good too. And I'm just gonna take some on my beauty blender and I'm gonna press it into my hand. This is a new technique I've started. And then I'm gonna just press it into the skin. I'm not gonna have it sit on top of my face, so I'm not gonna bake. I'm just gonna press it into the skin. I'm gonna go back and get some more of that product from my hand and press it into the skin. As you guys know, my favorite contouring stick, which is the foundation stick, is the Bobbi Brown in the color Chestnut. I have not been successful in finding any other contour stick that I like. And I try high-end and I try drugstore, and I cannot find one that I like. I've gotten out of trying to change my makeup routine and just stick with the stuff that I know works. If something new like this foundation comes out, then I'll give it a try. But I've just came to the conclusion that, okay, so this is a little, I need to stick with what I know. Okay, so I will say that I'm having a little bit of a harder time than usual blending out this particular product. See, like it's not moving. So now, staying in the Fenty family, I'm gonna go in with the Instant Warmth Bronzer, and this is in the color Cocoa Naughty by Fenty. This is the color right here. This is a blush brush, but I'm gonna just take this and get some product on it and just warm my face up. I'm not on Fenty's PR, which I would love to be. I'm a little baby. I'm a micro influencer, but I know I have a small channel, but I would love to be on it because I'm a real customer, okay? So this is pretty much all I do in my normal makeup routine. This is just the skin. I was thinking about adding a little bit of bronzer to my lids just because I've been liking the way that looks. So I'm gonna just go back into this, and I have a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm gonna just put a little bit of this bronzer in my crease and blend it out. So pretty. Even when I look in this mirror, I can see like just how blurred my skin looks, but for some reason when I'm really close up, I just see a lot of texture, and I think that's the only thing. Let me go ahead and put my eyelashes on, and then I'll be right back. Lashes are on. Now it's time to do lips. So this is a lip combo I just kind of discovered, kind of fell in my lap on accident when I was filming the first video. So I was looking for some Nude lip pencils, and I went and got this NYX Sway Matte Lip Liner, and this is in the color Soft Spoken. I thought it was gonna be more of this color, but it's actually a really natural pink nude. It's not really a nude, it's like a kind of like a really natural mauve color, and I intended for it to be darker than what it actually is. So I just went ahead and covered my whole lips with this color. As you can see, I just covered my lips in that, and then I'm going to take my KKW, and this is in Nude 2.5. This is one of my favorites. This is the new lip gloss I picked up from Ulta, and this is Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Naked. And when I first put it on, I didn't realize it was so like pigmented and so like nudie, like white, like pinkish nude. So now I know to only put a little bit, because it's like, it's really pigmented, but it's really pretty. So you guys see, and then we're not done yet. We're gonna go in with the fade. This is the e.l.f. Champagne Glam, and we're just gonna put this on top just to kind of tone down that naked a little bit. Okay, that's the lip, and I'll make sure that I link all the products down below with the name. So let me go fix my hair, and I'll be right back to give you guys the final verdict, how I feel about this Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Powder Foundation. All right, you guys, so we're back, and this is the completed look. I attempted to put some curls in my hair, but honestly, I've just never known how to curl my hair. I really do like the messy look anyways. It's giving very messy curls, it's giving very day 7 girls. This is the final look with the Fenty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation, and I want to go into the pros and cons of this foundation. First, I'll start with the pros. The pros is it's affordable. I feel like $38 is not breaking the banks. What else is a pro? Another really big pro for me is the blurring effect. I love that it gives you an all over like smooth finish, and I'm really big on complexion, so that's high up on my list of important things. Overall, it gives a nice blur effect. I feel like it does a good job of hiding my pores and my T-zone from far away. But I'm gonna zoom the camera in to see if you guys can see the texture. Basically, I feel like overall it gives you a polished look. It gives you that matte finish look, and you don't have to do so many steps in the end, so that's definitely a pro. If you're an oily girl, which I have combination skin, I have pretty good I'm not really oily, I'm not really dry, so I have combination skin. But if you are an oily girl, I feel like that would be a big pro, because you don't have to do all these steps like primer, setting powder, and just getting like a matte foundation. That can start to add up when you need to buy all those products to combat oil. So I feel like it does a really good job of giving you that matte finish without having to do so much. So you guys see me use Fenty's Hydrating Primer. After using that, I still have a really matte finish, so I really do like that. I went ahead and added some highlighter as well. Another pro would be that it's compact, it's sleek, and it comes with the mirror. So if you're on the go or you're at work and you want to touch up, I feel like it'll be really good for that. They give you a little sponge also to use, so I feel like that's definitely a pro. Another pro is this will be a really good everyday foundation. Like if you're going to work or you're in school, if you're in college or something like that, and you don't want to look really glam, you just want like a natural even tone, or if you're just going somewhere and it's like really not appropriate to have a whole bunch of makeup on, you can grab this. Also, I feel like this will be really good on vacation, like if you were just going to the beach and you just wanted an all over polished look, but you didn't want to pile on a whole bunch of makeup. If you're like in a hot climate, you're gonna be sweating, I feel like it would be really good for vacation as well, because you can throw that on in like a natural all over complexion, and you would look really polished and probably wouldn't even look like you had anything on. So now we're gonna jump into the cons. My number one and pretty much only con would be the fact that like the powder sits on top of my skin, and that's not really a Fenty issue. That's more of a just the texture of powder, period. It doesn't melt into the skin. It does give you a finish that makes it look very skin-like, but for me, someone who uses liquid all the time, it's just more my preference to have my complexion like melt into my skin versus sitting on top of it. So that would be pretty much my only con about this. So that's pretty much my take on the Fenty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I would suggest you guys pick this up. Like I said, it's good for an everyday makeup look if you're running out the door or even carrying it in your purse and you want to just touch up your makeup. I am going to try it on top of foundation, liquid foundation, just to see would I like it better in that way. But I wanted to come on today and just give you guys just wearing this as the foundation, because that is what it's intended for. Thank you guys for watching this video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below and let me know, will you be checking out this new powder foundation by Fenty? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.